So in here, I have what I thought was gonna be the most anticipated release until Simon decided that he's gonna drop a 12-speed driver with MVP. Either way, let's go check out the quick unboxing because I was way too impatient once this got delivered to me to not open it up immediately. I'm literally about to head to the course, but I can't not open this up. So Innova ended up getting this out really quick. I'm pretty sure I have some old ones of these as well that we'll review this against, but I honestly forgot which color I chose. And I cannot wait to see what this disc flies like and like what the run is like. Oh my gosh. Why'd they send it in this box? Look how big this box is. It's like a candy wrapper. Oh my gosh. This is the Color Glow Halo Sexton Firebird. I thought I'd already reviewed this because of that little joke one, but oh, I can't wait to go throw this. When I snagged this guy, I was like, great, I have a 2023 joke Sexton Firebird, which by the way is my most disliked video ever, even though the Sexton Firebird that they rolled out was literally a joke. And so I went into my fieldwork bag to look at all of my Firebirds and realized that when I did those most recent run of mystery boxes, I was like, all I need is a couple flat top Firebirds and a couple of my own stamp Firebirds. So I ended up putting them in those boxes. But I do still bag Firebirds, and these are the two that right now have been in my bag for a while. This is one of my Shattered Van Run Champion ones, a nice flat top pearly Firebird, and I'm not gonna be bringing these two out to compare against this Firebird. Instead, we're gonna play 9 holes across 2 courses here, 8 on the first course and then just 1 on the second because it's a big bomber to finish it off. There are some questions that you guys sent in over on Instagram that we'll answer as well. And as a lot of you guys who have been here before know, score doesn't actually matter, it's more for fun. And to see if these get given away on my Patreon because they do weekly giveaways over there. And I really want to keep this disc because I'm thinking about bagging it because it feels so good. We'll talk about the feel in a second, but we're going to be comparing it against these 2 discs. First hole, 360 feet. I think we're going to go a big flex over those trees and have it kind of spike back in. A little high. Ooh, it's pretty stable. Okay, spiked in. We'll have a long putt. I really thought because of how good it feels and gummy it feels, it was gonna be a little less stable. This is a little stiffer. This is that same run of Shattered Van Champion Firebirds. And the reason I bring this out is because you'll see in the profiles in a second when I show them to you, it's relatively similar to that. And more importantly, it's pretty similar to almost every Champion Firebird that I felt from Innova in the past year. So if you have a recent Champion Firebird, this will be a very good comparison to that Sexton Firebird. And when I reviewed the 2022 Sexton Firebird, it flew almost identical to this one. So if this flies any different to that, then it's likely the 2022 Sextons will fly different to that as well. Oh, see, that is more of what I expected the other one to do, where it kind of held the turn a little more. That's gonna be a great shot, just inside the circle. And then this guy, I had in my bag for a little bit, but not too long. David from Apollo Disc Golf, big shout out. He hooked me up with this. It is a flat top Firebird. I'll show you the difference in that profile in a second. You'll see, it's a different breed. FAF, flat and firm or flat as. Yes, I did totally just reuse that transition. And I had to split those trees, go in the basket, and it still is just as long as the other one, and it was lower, way more driven, and way more Anheuser. If you're newer here, I've been playing disc golf since January of last year, so I'm by no means like an old head in the sport, but I do try to have a little bit of an appreciation for the history of something that has like completely changed my life and I love so much. And so I know that like the 2015 Sexton Firebirds, because they were so limited, had an absolutely crazy market. And now, as disc golf has gotten a lot bigger, they're probably gonna be running enough Sexton Firebirds for everyone to get their hands on one, even though in some level, they still will be collector's items because what people want to collect every single year. And I think that this year's honestly pretty sweet. Just the new little halo that they added into the color glowness of it. All that being said though, I don't have like this deep history with disc golf or with Sexton Firebirds, which is probably one of the reasons why I had 3 Sexton Firebirds that I put in those mystery boxes. That if you guys got one of those, drop a comment and let me know that you got it. And because of that, I feel like probably able to give a little bit of like an unbiased, like, this is a really cool disc, it's a really pretty disc, but I care much more about the flight. As a lot of you guys who have been here know, my goal is to compete at the highest level of disc golf that I can, hopefully cashing at an elite event, because I did cash at the KC Wide Open, which is a silver event earlier this year. And I think I might be making some bigger goals over the off season, but I don't want to talk about them yet because they're a little daunting. But the reason I talked about score a second ago was score typically doesn't really matter for much except for fun. If the Sexton Firebird beats that Champion Firebird, which is basically the run that I've been throwing forever, it's going to be given to my patrons in a weekly giveaway. So hopefully I miss all the putts with it. That was a weird drop. What the heck? So here's a quick look at the side profile of the Sexton Firebird. You can see there is like a little bit of dome there. And I honestly think the look is very comparable to these champion Firebirds right here. If anything, this is slightly domier, which doesn't necessarily make it less stable. It just means that as it's turning right to left, it might move a little bit less right and then a little bit less left because of the dome. Now, compared to this FAF Firebird, this flat and firm one, you can definitely tell a little bit of a difference in that that flat guy has no dome, and the wing, because of that, seems to sit slightly higher. And like this is it's not as curved as the Sexton Firebird is here. It's a little bit flatter, which means that this is probably gonna be significantly more overstable. But I do wanna see how this thing will fly on a forehand as well as the backhand. Chattervan got the box. Do have a slight headwind. Wind always tends to come kind of around and down this hill. So gotta make sure to get the nose down, even going up the hill. Hopefully we can get these inside the circle. Flat top Firebird is gonna be tough though. Oh gosh, what the heck? I thought that would get out of that. Holy cow. All right, I think that line with this Firebird will be great. No, I just suck. What the heck? That's better. Still gonna be a little short, a little right, but I didn't burn it over like I did the first two. Jeez, that flat top Firebird is so crazy. All right, we'll put this one out first and then go find that orange one. Honestly, pretty good distance, a little short of pin high, but I also didn't quite trust it all the way on that anhyzer, so. And honestly, as we'll get to the feel on the next hole, I picked that thing out of the box and I was like, oh, this thing might take the place of all of the Firebirds that I have right now, which literally have my own custom stamps on them. So that's not good. Just like that, we are all tied up. Let's talk gumminess of these guys. This is the FAF one, so it's gonna be like, you can move it around, but not gonna be easy. Very stiff, feels very good in the hand. I imagine when it gets colder, it'll probably be a little less comfortable, but right now it's 90 degrees out, so even this is a little gummy, similar to this other champion one, which is similar stiffness, except for on the flight plate. The flight plate is a little gummier. And then you get to the star of the hour, the Sexton guy. Whew, very gummy. It's much more comfortable, I'd say. And like, even though it's 90 degrees, it's not like overly gummy at all. Seems to have the perfect blend of like gumminess and overstability. It makes sense. I mean, this is Innova's basically flagship custom run disc for like years now. So of course they're gonna try to get the exact perfect Firebird that you'd want a Firebird to be here. All right, Sexton Firebird does have the box. This is one of my least favorite tee pads out here just because I feel like I'm gonna slip every time. And this is gonna be a little bit of a tough shot because we need to throw kind of flat to anhyzer out of this gap. There's OB to the left. It needs to finish back towards the basket. I think it's around 320 feet. Honestly, if we just throw it flat at the OB, we can see how far back left they get. That felt like a very Sexton shot. And it's gonna be a little short. It's got a little more push, that one does. It's just a little less stable. Ooh, no skip though. Get off of it. Skip. Oh, little skip. Okay. Definitely a little too low of a ceiling. I prefer to throw the hyzer out this gap because you can stand up a hyzer and get the height. Oh, it's low. I was supposed to make that so I didn't go ahead with Sexy Bird. Ooh, that's not really a hole I was expecting to get. Gotta keep that shape really low. But we have about a 400-foot slightly downhill backhand hole here. 2 more backhands, 2 more forehands, and a bomber. All right, we're gonna answer the first couple Instagram questions that have come in. There's still time for more to come in, but the first is, how does it smell? Why do you guys ask me these weird questions about how this smells and tastes? It smells like a Frisbee, like a star plastic disc. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Stop asking me how does it smell. Is the Firebird more or less stable than the Discraft Raptor? We'll throw it on this 396-foot downhill hole and see, based on one shot, if I think it's more stable or less. It's gonna be a little less stable for sure. It's also a little shallower. This is a Big Z Raptor I got from a foundation box. Oh my gosh, it just keeps riding. Got all the way around it, but I'll throw the Firebird on a similar line and it's gonna fight out of it so much faster, I think. Yeah, it's already coming out. And it hit the tree. Oh no, it kinda got through. We're gonna go this normal champion one. Go in. Oh man. Well, I did what I wanted to do. Oh! Bad shot, mic drop. All of the above. You're going under my shirt now, little boy. I hope I didn't break it. Well, I thought Firebird was a lot better than I expected. I actually kind of have a, I mean, it's a circle 3 look, but. Oh, it's such a good anhyzer. So good that you shouldn't have done the jump putt. Oh. There's a magnet in that tree. Oh, just over top. That's not a bad round. Alrighty, I hope this little catch cam situation works well. We got the basket here, 300-ish feet away. Of course, you can see it directly off the tee. We're going into a headwind, a little right to left. Nice and simple. Might be a little deep. Sexton Firebird. Same shot, I think, is under the basket, because it's a little more stable, I think. Whew. And we're gonna give a little flex to this flat top guy. Yeah. Jeez. Different beast. This looks like it's a new position that they just added in here. So I thought the champion one was deep. Looks like it's basically parked, so guess I should have thrown the other ones a little harder instead of the same. So we actually have a wind kind of pushing in our face from the right to the left. We could just go big hyzer because this actually got cleaned up a ton, it looks like, from the last time I was here like a week ago. But I really kind of like this flex down the middle. Oh, that was started correctly, but I didn't follow through to drag it right to left. And when you really follow through to, I kind of just followed through flat, but if I really dragged it right to left, I think it would have got a little more angle and kind of gone through the gap. Just like that, just drag that fall through over a little bit. Still don't quite drag it as much as I could have. Flat top guy, this will be fun. Oh my gosh. Oh no, tree. Oh, actually circle one. All right, this is for the Sexton Firebird. Should bring it back to level. Stay up. Oh, dude, get it up. The soul birdie. Good thing that one doesn't count. Don't rush your putts, folks. I'm still putting it down as a birdie. Nothing you can do about it since it doesn't matter. Nope, oh, it's a par. Oh my gosh. Woo! We have this one, then a tunnel shot, and then a bomber. This one's kind of a bomber as well, max distance. You see the gap there? It's pushed up and to the left, about 60 to 70 feet. So you really want to crest that gap and then get it back moving to the right, or to the left. So champion guy still has the box. I honestly don't expect to get this hole with any of these, but I want to see if I can throw the right shape. That actually might be really good. Okay, now that's gonna be pretty short, but pretty good nose angle. Sexton Firebird. A little more anhyzer through this one, and maybe a little more height as long as we can keep the nose down. Oh gosh. I'm gonna rethrow that, I slipped, that was so bad. All right, this tee pad needs to absolutely get changed. Oh God. All right, instead of throwing it super right, just put some anhyzer on it and throw it straight. Give you a quick diagnosis of that after the shot. Get over it. Oh, I think it's so overstable. Basically what happened was I was so worried about slipping that my body rotated instead of throwing and then following through. So don't over rotate or you'll shank it right. A little spike high as you dunk it in. Oh! Oh! Come on. I dunked it in, but it jumped right back out. Counter skip. Nice. All right, if we birdie with this orange one, it's basically game over. And no, I'm not like playing some game of like Foundations imposter with myself just because I want to keep it. I do want to keep it, but we gotta have a little integrity on the channel, you know? Just a little. It's gonna be hard for this guy to lose. Crazy what happens when you review or run a disc that you normally throw. Did I make that? Oh my gosh, let's go. All right, a couple rapid fire ones before we get on the second to last one. Zayer VG said, if you can't beat -9, you have to play around in a Mario outfit? Not here, but I will do a mystery box challenge and add that in as a forfeit. What are your thoughts on 2015 Firebird? Worth the hype? No, I don't think any disc is worth that much money. How does it compare to earlier years? I think it's a little more stable than the 2022s. Don't know anything beyond that. I think it's pretty similar stability to the 2023 fake run that came out that I reviewed in that video where I was like, the new Sexton Firebird is a joke. Laneski asks, is it flat? No. Nathan Withcomb says, is it sexy? I mean, I don't know your attraction to plastics, but in terms of a Firebird, yes. Why don't you throw Felons? Because I prefer Firebirds, they're a little deeper. As I got more consistent in disc golf, I ran a run of Firebirds, and so that's kind of what I throw. Not crazy partial to them. Does it work as a cereal bowl? No, no. Is it Halo Champion? Looks kind of see-through. I think it's Colored Glow Champion. Yeah, Glow Halo Champion Firebird. Can you squeeze on it for me? Yes. Thanks for the questions. There might be a couple more before the last hole because we got a little bit of a walk. Let's ace a tunnel shot. Why not? Kind of almost looks like more of a forehand gap or just honestly a flat nose down shot. And to keep things a little interesting with these guys, we're gonna throw a standstill. Nice little flat, get the skip. Very good. Oh, it's a look-ish. Honestly, pretty clutch. Even this flat top one snuck through. Stand still star frame, baby! We moved on over to upper Badlands from lower Badlands to play just a big downhill hole. The bass, I think it's around like the 420-ish, maybe 400-ish foot mark. I was actually hoping that this hole was in the position where the basket's by that tree, because that's one of my favorite shots to throw. But honestly, I feel like this is one of the best runs of Sexton Firebirds between the three that I've thrown, which is not all of them, at least for me, which I think what I'm wanting from a Sexton Firebird is a little more stable than a lot of people. It's gonna be a great complement to the 2022s or some of the older runs. If you have those runs that really are like very similar to that Champion Firebird where it's got a little more push. It's not quite as like Firebirdy as you might expect. This would be a great addition, but personally, this has been the favorite run of Sextons that I've ever thrown. And I really love like the Halo Glow Champion stuff because it feels much more like a stiff star plastic. But yeah, it's definitely not quite as gummy as the older Sexton Firebirds. It's got a little more stiffness to it, but so far, this is definitely my favorite run of the Sextons that I've ever thrown. So I went ahead and threw that hole that we were standing at, and I realized not a good finishing hole. Just I wanted to bomb one, and it's like 60 feet shorter than the hole that I thought it was gonna be. So instead of throwing a downhill bomber, we're gonna throw an uphill bomber. We'll have to give these all some pretty big flex rips and uphill. Absolutely teeing off behind this tee pad though, because this tee pad is trash. Still slipped, nice. If we ace it with Sexton, we got a chance. Stay high, stay high, stay high. Woo, just a little short. And this hole's a rip uphill. No chance, OB. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, this is a gimme. And this is why I love this stability of Firebird, because my like stock, slightly too much Annie shot is perfect with the Sexton. Way too little with the flat top and a little too much with that guy. That Sexton Firebird, chef's kiss. I might have to run some Star Firebirds, not laying up, that's lame. But if it rolls away, we could bogey and have to give that sexy bird away. But we'll make it. Oh, whew. Great layup. Not gonna miss this one. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, if you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. I post literally basically every day. But if you just stuck around for this video, appreciate you at least watching. Drop a like on your way out. If you want to check out the video about the joke Firebird from April Fools this year, please don't add more dislikes to it, but check it out right over there. And a really solid disc. So see you guys over there, or I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.